world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 32 on Saturday, November 5th. In the main event, the educated hands of Reggie Barnett Jr. knuckle up against the undefeated Geane Herrera. In the co-main event, Jared Captain Deadpool Warren looks to continue his winning ways as he throws hands with the always dangerous J Action Jackson. Watch it live. Download the BKFC app at bkfc.com.
Thank you. How's it going? It's Brian Sochi inside the beautiful Caribe Royale in the Sunshine State, Orlando, Florida. Most people come here, looking for family vacations, fun. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship comes here looking for a fight. And a huge fight tomorrow night we're going to have in the co-main event. A lot of people talking about it. You have Jared Captain Deadpool Warren taking on J Action Jackson. And then in the main event of the evening, we get to see a man making history, stepping into the squared circle for the 10th time. Record-breaking Reggie Educated Hands Barnett taking on Geane Herrera, the revolutionary. But we always have to do the weigh-in show first, and you never know what can pop off here at the weigh-in show. We're about to find out, so let's get into it. Caribe Royale, are you excited? Well, we're excited too, and I'm excited to bring you one of the beautiful bare knuckle bombshells. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Vanessa. Hello, Vanessa, how are you? And now I want to introduce you to the man that's responsible for all of this. The man that is the founder, the president. Give it up for David Feldman. And last but certainly not least, the master of ceremonies for the weigh-in show. He's Mr. Live Worldwide. He's Jeff Houston.
Thank you very much, Brian. And what's going on, Orlando? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the official BKFC 32 weigh-in show, presented to you by OnlyFans, Crescent Tools, Lions Not Sheep Apparel, Nerd Focus Energy, and Knockout Gummies. Tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday, live worldwide. We are here for the second time here at the Caribe Royale in sunny Orlando. And we have a special start time for tomorrow. Our free view gets kicked off at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we're live to the world with our BKFC 32 main card at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you have not already subscribed to the hottest app on planet Earth today, I'm talking about the BKFC app, then what are you waiting for? BKFC.com, $4.99 a month. Best deal in combat sports on planet Earth, bar none. Time to get this party started. And we begin with our BKFC free view kickoff in the middleweight division. First to the scale. Tomorrow, he makes his BKFC debut. From Inverness, Florida, here is Shan. Bring the pain, Stapp. Shan Stapp, 170.4. And his opponent holds an MMA record of 3 victories, opposite 3 defeats, and tomorrow makes his BKFC debut from Clearwater, Florida, by way of St. Pete, Florida. Here is Tony T. Murphy. Tony Murphy, 175.8. Fight number 1 of our BKFC preview, which you can also see on the official BKFC YouTube page. In the middleweight division, Tony Murphy taking on Shan Stapp. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, every time that we come to the Caribe Royale, our second time here, it's always a special time. We always make magic happen in the squared circle. Next up on our preview, we have the welterweight division. First to the scale. Tomorrow, he makes his BKFC debut from Clearwater, Florida, by way of Stamford, Connecticut. Here is Jafar Fortt Knox. Jafar Fortt, 165 even. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, he steps into the squared circle for the first time, ready for bare knuckle fight number 2. From New Smyrna Beach, Florida, here is Chris Pitbull Cornelius. Chris Cornelius, 163.1. Fight number 2 on our preview in the welterweight division. Chris Cornelius taking on Jafar Fortt. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have the featherweight division. First to the scale. He holds an MMA record of 5 fights and tomorrow makes his BKFC debut from Atlanta, Georgia. Here is Josh Danger Marr. Josh Marr, 146 even. And his opponent holds a bare knuckle record of 1 victory opposite a single defeat. From St. Pete, Florida, here is the returning Brandon Superman Allen. Brandon Allen, 144.2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your final preview fight on BKFC 32 in the featherweight division. Brandon Allen taking on Josh Marr. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we said, the main event is going to be a big one. We have got an entire fight card that is ready for you, but the main card we are ready to bring on the stage. And remember, 9 p.m. Eastern Time is when our main card gets kicked off with BKFC 32 in the Cruiserweight division. First to the scale, he is an MMA veteran of 7 fights, and tomorrow makes his BKFC debut from Ocala, Florida. Here is Stephon Slugger Reese. Stephon Reese, 203.4. And his opponent holds a combined combat sports record of 3 fights and tomorrow makes his BKFC debut from Pensacola, Florida. Here is Jonathan Big Baby Miller. Jonathan Miller, 205.9. Fight number 1 on the main card, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, kicking off BKFC 32 in the Cruiserweight division. Jonathan Miller taking on Stephon Reese. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 BKFC fighters ready to toe the line once more in the Bantamweight division. First to the scale, his bare knuckle record stands at 1 victory opposite a single defeat. From Buffalo, New York, here is Shady Grady. Jack Grady, 134 even. And his opponent holds an undefeated bare knuckle record at 2-0 from Clearwater, Florida, by way of New London, Connecticut. Here is Royal Ryan Reber. Ryan Reber, 134.5. And this is fight number 5 in the Bantamweight division. The undefeated Ryan Reber taking on Jack Grady.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do, huh?
And to all those that are joining us here at the weigh-ins and are watching live worldwide, we once again would like to remind you, BKFC.com and the Bare Knuckle app, $4.99 a month. If you sign up now, you're getting 2 months free coming your way. So make sure that you sign on BKFC.com and join the BKFC movement on the app. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we move along to the Flyweight division. First to the scale, his bare knuckle record stands at 2 victories opposite a single defeat. From Wichita, Kansas, here is Chancey Superfly Wilson. Chancey Wilson, 125.7. And his opponent holds an identical bare knuckle record of 2 victories opposite a single defeat. From Clearwater, Florida, by way of Angeles, the Philippines, here is JR the Lion Ridge. J.R. Ridge, 124.6. You know the rules of the flyweight, ladies and gentlemen. Do not blink or you'll miss the entire fight. J.R. Ridge taking on Chancey Wilson. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen bad blood between our fighters before, and this blood is boiling in this next fight in the Bantamweight division. First to the scale, he holds an undefeated bare knuckle record at 2-0 from South Central Los Angeles by way of Sayulita, Nayarit, Mexico. Here is the undefeated David Inicio Diaz. And his opponent, no stranger to the squared circle, one of the original fighters of BKFC with a record of 4 victories opposite 4 defeats, from Pottstown, Pennsylvania by way of St. Pete, Florida. Here is Travis, the Animal Thompson. Travis Thompson, 135.5. As we said, the blood is boiling over. This is a feud, if there ever was one, in the Bantamweight division. This has fight tonight all over it. Travis Thompson taking on David Diaz.
Come on, promoter. Let's get this picture.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we move along to the women's featherweight division. First to the scale. She steps into the squared circle for the first time, ready for bare knuckle fight number 2. From Orlando, Florida, here is Sarah Mocha Click. Sarah Click, 150.5. And her opponent, ladies and gentlemen, holds an MMA record of 4 victories opposite 3 defeats, and tomorrow makes her BKFC debut. From Lakeland, Florida, here is Jessica, the Black Widow, Borga. Jessica Borga, 150.7. And fight number 8 in the women's featherweight division, Jessica Borga taking on Sarah Click. All right, we're ready for the feature fight of the night tomorrow, taking place in the lightweight division. First to the scale, he holds an undefeated bare knuckle record at 2-0 and makes his BKFC debut. From Huntington, West Virginia, by way of Tampa, Florida, here is the undefeated Gabriel, the Warrior of God, Freyre. Gabriel Freyre, 154.6. And his opponent holds an impressive bare knuckle record of 4 victories opposite 2 defeats. From Tupelo, Mississippi, by way of Pocahontas, Tennessee, here is the BKFC veteran, Bobby ODB Taylor. Bobby Taylor, 156 even. Your feature fight of the night. Tomorrow, live worldwide at the Caribe Royale, Orlando, in the lightweight division. Bobby Taylor taking on Gabriel Freyre. All right, BKFC fight fans, what a co-main event we've got coming your way in the light heavyweight division. First to the scale, his bare knuckle record stands at 2 victories opposite a single defeat. From Auburn, Michigan, here is J. Action Jackson. Jay Jackson, 184.7. And his opponent holds a bare knuckle record of 4 victories opposite 2 defeats. From Tampa, Florida, here is Jared, Captain Deadpool Warren. Jared Warren, 185.6. This is your co-main event in the light heavyweight division. Jared Warren taking on Jay Jackson. All right, here it comes, your BKFC 32 main event in the Bantamweight division. First to the scale, he has an undefeated bare knuckle record of 1-0. From Tampa, Florida, here is the revolutionary Geane Herrera. Geane Herrera, 134.2. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, is looking to make BKFC history with his 10th BKFC appearance. His current record, 7 victories opposite 2 defeats. He is your current interim BKFC World Bantamweight Champion from Chesapeake, Virginia, Reggie Easy Educated Hands Barnett Jr. Reggie Barnett Jr., 135.2. Here it is, your main event in the Bantamweight division. Your current interim World Bantamweight Champion, Reggie Barnett Jr., taking on the undefeated Geane Herrera. Okay, that is a wrap with the official BKFC 32 weigh-in show. So remember, tomorrow, Saturday night, here at the Caribe Royale, Orlando, we are live to the world on the BKFC app. But remember, you've got BKFC Preview coming your way on the official BKFC YouTube page, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Main event, main card, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for joining us here, and remember, when the lights go bright and the cameras are live, then you'll know it's time to knuckle up! We'll see you tomorrow, Orlando!
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.